It's week 7 of the National Football League, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Texans and the Dolphins, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up here in the booth. And Charles, for fans of defensive football, I don't think it gets any better than this. We get to see the league's best and second best defenses square off in a game where points probably figure to be at a premium.
But hits won't be at a premium, will they? Because these two units, they dole them out. And if each of them has their way, we'll take a 0-0 game into overtime, partner. Very rare to see either one of these defenses slip up more than a couple of times in a game. So when there's a mistake, if you're the opposing offense, you better take advantage and capitalize, because you won't get many shots at the end zone, many shots at kicking field goals. This is going to be a fun one.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
So out come the Texans in great starting field position. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They never went crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, check that.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And some room to roam now. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
So many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
18 Rattler. Back to 60. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, Watkins. That one caught by Tuck. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden see some open field and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him.
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, what a juke into space. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Left wing 19, trap 50, trap 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Throwing again, Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Panther 11! Panther 11! 18 Rattler! 18 Rattler!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And a points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Texans scoop it. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins. And check down, complete to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll try and run the option left side. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
79 Broncos. Check.
Off play action. Watkins. He'll take a shot here for Patton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Get it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 26. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now here's Burks on the jet sweep. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
Again, it's Pierce, and he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Takes it at the 7. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter. But you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, check that.
To throw on 3rd down, Watkins. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one personality. That's you, Charles Davis. To another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
19 right. Go check.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Hall. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Here we go.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check pass.
Now receiver in motion left. One more time with Hall. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Unlock line. Hey, check that. Street.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to run with Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough slide. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Pretty long drive that time, 11 points all told. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape. As we look around the NFL here in week number 7, we'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that game all square as they take on the visiting Cowboys. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Final preparations being made for the 2nd half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call in the 2nd half, we go back to Brandon Gaud.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now an option play on 2nd down. They run it with Hall off the option. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered him down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Now they try the right side here. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Ready. 19 Tiger.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Left wing 19. Trap 50.
In motion, Hill. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Treylon Burks. Touchdown, Houston. Treylon Burks, 50 yards. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Back to throw. Watkins. He is going to find Hill here. He's got room at the 30. Still going. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Bass on for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Seems to me they are a friend. Old momentum. I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And they're going to speed things up here. Hall again on 2nd down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1 yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake. Watkins. This one is caught. It's Patton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Bronco switch.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hall again on 2nd down. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Open man is Waddle, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as to understand where they are on the field?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This is where you step up. Right here, baby.
position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Ball again on 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. What a thrilling 4th quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a 1-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.